Previously on this season of Survivor Millennium Park. The game began with 7 new players squaring off against 7 returning.
Fans versus favorites.
And while the favorites may have had the home field advantage, the fans quickly showed that they were here to play.
Congratulations, you have found the hidden immunity idol!
I saw Brian flash a thumbs up.
Second person voted out of Survivor Millennium Park 3.
They're very good at this game and lying, so they'll go far if they can make it to the merge with some kind of majority.
That one win.
Karina, the tribe has spoken. John Ton, the tribe has spoken. Emma, the tribe has spoken.
The favorites are not doing very well.
And on a season with more twists,
Drop your buffs.
And give this bracelet to Tony.
You have won an extra vote. We are swapping tribes again. Oh, twist.
and more idle plays,
I'm playing this on James.
4 votes, James. All do not count. Kim, the tribe has spoken.
they've had to play harder than ever before.
This might be the dumbest thing I've done for a game-winning move.
9th person voted out, and the 4th member of our jury, adultery. Mom, the tribe has spoken.
But in a game defined by blind sides and betrayals, it's 2 duos who have made it to the final 4.
I want Sarah with me all game. I'm 100 with her.
I'd love to go to the end with you, Mel.
Melody's been there since literally the first second, and I am very, very grateful to have her.
From the favorites, Dan and Sarah. Dan came into the season with one goal in mind: redemption.
The last time I played, I made a small, big mistake. My alliance flipped on me, and it really sucked.
This time, he focused on building stronger relationships. He emerged as a challenge threat.
Dan wins individual immunity! 1 in 8 shot at winning this game. 1 in 6 shot at winning this game.
And he took big swings when he needed to.
Pussy. Oh, you know what? Let's do it.
Now, he's the odd man out.
And for some reason, though, I keep sliding by. I probably have to win out the next 2.
The first time she played, Sarah's tribe dominated the entire game, and she made it to the final tribal council with her #1 ally. This time, she's been forced to adapt and play as an underdog.
It's been tough to make alliances because of all the swaps.
She successfully navigated between multiple alliances, keeping the rest of the players on their toes.
She has the best one.
Sarah, glad I started out pink, but she's teal.
Or she always hiding something.
I can't know if I can trust you.
With 4 individual wins across her 2 seasons, she could be on her way back to Final Tribal Council.
It will all depend on who wins immunity. Everything rides on that.
And from the fans, Lizzie and Melody. Lizzie has demonstrated a unique ability to stay cool under pressure.
Lizzie seems like there's no pressure at all.
Done.
The fans!
They've navigated the strategic portion of the game with assassin-like stealth.
4th person voted out of Survivor Millennium Park 3.
I have a small idea. I want to see non-men.
James, tribe has spoken. Tony, tribe has spoken. Josh, tribe has spoken.
And Dan will have his time.
And their social game has been remarkably strong.
I'm hoping Lizzie wins.
Lizzie was the only one that actually had my back there.
I'm rooting for a few people in the game, like Lizzie.
I just get a good vibe from them.
I'm just excited to keep working, to get the men out.
Bye.
Woman of the Wolf Shirt, what's your name?
Woman in the wolf shirt!
Melody started the season with one objective: win.
I'm gonna win because I want it more than anyone else.
Her game has been a seamless blend of cutthroat strategy and fierce loyalty.
I do not trust Caroline because she flipped. The devil works hard, but Melody always works harder. This is revenge for adultery.
Caroline, tribe has spoken.
And she's never been afraid to ruffle feathers.
We will vote on that. Jealousy is a disease, and I really hope you get better soon. Men belong in one place, and that's the jury.
But after keeping her threat level down all season, can she emerge as the leader of the pack?
I put my everything into anything I do, especially when it comes to competition. Like, no one is more competitive than me.
4 players remain, and it all comes down to this: 2 challenges, 2 tribal councils, 1 survivor.
All right, Melody, Lizzie, Sarah, Dan, congratulations on making it to the Final Four, and welcome to your biggest immunity challenge yet. This might look a little familiar. We took some of the steps of that big opening challenge relay race and shrunk it down in a way that we thought would be doable for 4 individuals. First, you'll be running from the starting station down to the end of your lane to grab 3 balls, grabbing them one at a time. Once all 3 balls are back, you'll pick up your paddle, 1 ball at a time, walk it down until you cross that set of orange cones in your lane. Foot crosses orange cones, good to drop the ball, go back and get the second until you get all 3. Once all 3 balls are across the orange line, you can drop the paddle and you've got to throw your 3 balls into the bucket in your lane. Once all 3 balls are in the bucket, you move on back to the final station to solve a word puzzle.
Nope.
No! First person to solve the puzzle wins immunity, guaranteed 1 in 3 shot at winning this game. Which reminds me, Sarah, you gotta take it back.
Yes, you do.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll draw for spots. We'll get started. Let's go. All right, biggest immunity of the season. Survivor's ready. Go. Dan's first to bring the ball back. Dan back with his 3 balls, getting started on the balancing portion of the challenge. Melody's starting on balancing, Sarah's starting on balancing. Dan's good. Lizzie, Sarah good. Melody's good. Sarah's good. Lizzie's good. Dan's good. Melody's good. Neck and neck. Could not be closer. Sarah's back with all 3. Sarah can start throwing into her bucket. Melody's starting. Lizzie's starting. Dan's starting with a nice hit. Sarah's got 1 in there, close for Melody. In and out for Lizzie. Sarah lands her second. Everybody working on their final ball now. Sarah starting on her puzzle. Lizzie lays her third. Lizzie working on the puzzle. Melody getting started on the puzzle. Dan laid his team on the puzzle. Everybody worked on the puzzle. When you think you have it, call me over.
I have no idea what this is.
Done.
Lizzie thinks she has it. Lizzie! Wins immunity!
Oh my god.
Wow!
Good job.
Way to go, Lizzie. All right, Lizzie, come on up. 2 puzzles this season.
I know.
You good at puzzles?
I guess so.
Lizzie, guaranteed 1 in 3 shot at winning this game. As for the rest of you, nothing but a visit to Tribal Council where one of you will be the 11th person voted out of this game. We'll send you back to camp for a little bit to decide. We'll see you soon at Tribal. Good luck, everyone. Congrats.
I won immunity, which was my one thing I wanted to do in this game, was win individual immunity. So I could not be more proud of myself. It's pointy and it's scary and it could be used as a weapon. And I'm proud to have it around my neck. I feel so good, and I have felt so good for so much of this game. It sounds like it's gonna be a final 2, so I'd love it to be me and Melody. I'm thinking Dan next, and then Sarah. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any surprises. But if there are,
I am worried that Sarah and Dan are gonna vote me. I think I'm leaning towards voting Dan because A, it's good to maintain loyalty to Sarah. This is something we discussed last round. Hopefully we can carry it in to this round. I don't know. Part of me feels like Sarah will be better at this final challenge and that Dan would take me over Lizzie, but Sarah would take Lizzie. Also, Dan did say that I was a bigger threat, so I think maybe I just go with the plan.
I'm so happy for you. I feel like this is full circle. Whatever you do, just tell me. But I hope that you're sticking with. I don't know. Sarah was I don't know what I want to do. And I told her I wanted to vote Dan, but that's the one I'm supposed to do.
Lizzie and I have been together since hour 1, day 1 of the game. And I think we both know that our best shot at the end is against each other rather than Sarah or Dan. But so much love and respect for them as a player. I'm very lucky to have met them, and I love our little connection and that we want to get to the end together. I always psych myself out in games and I'm I need to vote out my number 1. That's how you get to the end, is you have to kill the person that you're most loyal to. What if you just brought them to the end? What if you just enjoyed it and valued loyalty? Maybe the jury will value that.
Thank you for going to bat for me. I love you, and I really hope.
I really think she'll vote for you. Okay, you need to talk to her now.
Who are you?
Yeah. Well,
There's no other choice,
I have
right?
to write Melody's name down. I'm not writing her name down. If Melody comes up to me and is would you write Sarah's name down? I would say no.
You would say no?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. That's my integrity. I'm not gonna do that.
That challenge is really gonna haunt me for a long time. I absolutely could have had that challenge. I just let that slip out of my fingers. So that really hurts. Sarah's obviously a very important part to this. If she can help me, fantastic. I don't want her to fall on her own sword for me.
I have not driven a vote since March.
Yeah.
I've been given votes at the last second, and you've been instrumental in helping me, with that. I couldn't get this far without you. So don't fall on your sword for me. Don't lock it up too. We're getting nowhere.
I have no idea where it's going to be. I feel like I want to, because Lizzie has immunity, I want to check in with her and see if I can get anything with her.
For sure.
I'm going to chat with her.
Yeah.
I really could go either way with it, and I really want to defer to you because I trust your judgment, and I feel like you've played a amazing game. I know I don't need to whisper that, but amazing game, puzzle king for life, insanely good. Yeah, and I could really, I just want to vote with you. Okay, yeah. Dan has his eyes set on Melody. I think Dan and I, because we're original tribe mates, and because he sees Melody as a threat, I think that takes his gaze off me. I have felt a stronger trust and connection with Lizzie this whole time, and I don't even know them that well at all. I just feel it from them. It's just, they're good people. You can just tell. I feel like it's completely up in the air, so we'll see.
All right, welcome back to Tribal Council Final Four. Lizzie, I'll start with you. Hard-earned victory at the biggest challenge yet today. How did it feel to take home the win?
Really good. Really great.
How does it feel knowing that you're gonna be in the final 3 now and only one challenge stands between you and the jury?
Really surreal. I don't even have words.
Sarah, you were pretty close in that challenge. Are you feeling in particular jeopardy at this vote?
I feel like one thing I noticed for sure is that when you get down to these smaller and smaller numbers, the dynamic changes so much more so between votes than when the numbers were bigger. So it's still one of those games where you never know.
Dan, I can't help but notice 2 fans, 2 favorites left. Are we seeing any sort of resemblance of tribal lines at this late stage of the game? Or is it totally just 4 individual players?
So I do have to say I'm really proud of us to get to a Final Four with 2 and 2. It did not look like that was gonna happen in the middle of this game. And I'm really happy and proud of you guys for being fluid, being flexible, doing what's best for your individual games. Yeah, in terms of tribal lines, no, I mean, we've been working together. We've been making moves that make sense for us.
Melody, with so few people eligible to be voted out, how do you approach that? How do you pitch your case to say, here's what we're gonna do at this point?
That's a really loaded question. I think you have to think about so many things. You have to think about the next stage of the game. There's 3 people, 1 person will have the deciding vote. And then you also have to think about who you're putting on the jury. How will they feel about your vote? I think people have been talking about getting to the end all day and how they want to do it. And this is where you try to prove, what you said is what you're doing.
All right, with that, it is time to vote. Dan, you're up first.
This is the last time I'll be writing down someone's name to try to vote them out. This is a respect vote. I'm not writing down Sarah's name either. It's been a blast. Yeah, I'm rooting for all of you.
The votes have been tallied. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Dan. Melody. 1 vote Dan, 1 vote Melody. Dan. It's 2 votes Dan.
I love you, Dan, and I honestly feel like this experience has bonded us for life, and I'm so grateful to have played with you.
11th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury, Dan. Dan, that's 3, that's enough.
Good job, guys. Kill it.
Dan, tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
I was very sure that it was going to be me, which actually gave me some really nice solace for the past 10 minutes, sitting at Tribal, taking it in, knowing it was the last time I was writing down a name. I had a blast this weekend. I'm really proud about how I performed. I think I made a lot of good growth, and I can't wait to watch it back and have my family and friends enjoy watching me play. Yeah, just always keep smiling, everyone. It's not that hard and it makes you feel good.
Lizzie, Melody, Sarah, Congrats on making it to the final 3. We're gonna send you back to camp and we'll see you real soon for your final immunity challenge. Get your stuff and head out. Good luck.
I came into this game thinking that I would have to like fight every step of the way, and while I do feel like that is somewhat true, I feel like just me being me has carried me like very far. I don't like I can't even explain how proud of myself I am. Sorry. I literally feel emotional. This is like a dream come true.
Oh, Cam, I missed you. Made the house a home. I'm so happy I made Final 3. Never thought I would get here. Never thought I would feel so calm and not as self-deprecating as I normally am. I would normally be like, I'm gonna lose the final tribal. Like, no matter what happens, like, I'm gonna lose in the final 2. You know what? I feel confident because I feel proud of myself and I feel proud of the moves that I made. When you're on the bottom, you don't have many moves you can make. When you're at the top, it's harder to stay there. And I feel like I was able to stay at the top of the merge the entire time.
Your final challenge, that's what's up. To one last fight, we'll raise a cup. A test of endurance and speed. What else could you possibly need? Oh, shoot! This challenge will take place at Tribal Council with the jury watching. Tribal Council will take place immediately following the challenge.
Oh, wow. Honestly, in terms of my whole gameplay this time around, I feel really proud of myself. I think I've played even stronger than the last time because I've been much more mindful of things like who's on the jury and what will their story be of me. I feel like I haven't alienated anybody. I feel like I've built trust with people. I feel like I've played with kindness and integrity. And I'm really proud of myself. And I feel like I'm crying now, tears are coming because I'm thinking of my kids. And I think they would be really proud of me too. I know they're really proud of me. So, and my husband too. So, yeah, I'm grateful.
Welcome to your final immunity challenge. First things first, Lizzie, I'm gonna take it back one more time. For the last time this season, individual immunity back up for grabs. For today's challenge, you'll be doing a Survivor Millennium Park Classic. Each of you has a station with 15 plastic cups, 5 paper plates. You're gonna be building a tower of stacked cups and plates that you're holding in your hand. First level is 1 cup in your hand, 1 plate on top of that cup. Next level is 2 cups on top of that plate, another plate on top. Next layer is 3 cups on top of that plate, and then another plate, then 4 cups, plate, 5 cups, final plate. When you have all 5 layers assembled, call me over. 3 very liberal Mississippi seconds later, you will have won a spot in the final 2. All right, we'll draw for spots, we'll get started. Good luck. All right, final immunity of the season. Survivors ready? Go. Gotta start over. Sarah won this challenge in season 2, could be back-to-back final immunity wins, bringing her to another final tribal council. Lizzie putting their plate on the 4th section. Sarah's got her plate on the 4th section. Sarah could get a perfect run at this. Sarah with the last cup on top, just needs that plate. One, two, three, you're good! Sarah! Final immunity win! White flush in front of my eyes. Nicely done, Sarah. We can get final three back where you guys were.
No matter what,
You are both
All right. Sarah, come on up.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right, Sarah. For the second time, you're going to Final Tribal Council to plead your case to the jury as to why you deserve their vote and the title of sole survivor and the $250 grand prize. We're going to bring you guys over to Tribal. You're going to be the only person casting a vote. Melody can only vote for Lizzie. Lizzie can only vote for Melody. Therefore, you're the only one casting the deciding vote. Who will be the final jury member and who will join you at Final Tribal Council.
I would like both of them.
We'll get you guys over to Tribal and we'll get into this. All right, Sarah, congratulations on a hard-earned immunity win. You made it look easy, but how does it feel to know that you will once again be in Final Tribal Council?
It feels unreal. It feels surreal. Like, I'm really proud of myself.
So now you have a pretty difficult decision to make, either voting out Melody or Lizzie. What's at play for you right now as you're thinking about who to vote out?
I mean, it's heartbreaking. Because I think they both played incredible games, truly. It's not a decision I wish I had to make. I think they're both brilliant, and have played well start to finish.
Lizzie, I'll start with you and then we'll ask Melody. What's the case that you make to Sarah right now to say, take me to the end?
I mean, I just have loved working with you, and I really I don't want to go against Melody, because we also been together since the beginning. I really have valued you in this game, and I would be honored to sit with you in the end. Yeah, that's it.
Melody, you can have a turn. What would you say to Sarah to say why you should be taken to the end?
I've also loved playing with you. I feel like we've been from the start. I respect your decision no matter what. I do feel less close to the jury than Lizzie, just in terms of friendships and stuff. I do feel like maybe that would help you in the end. I do think she has a stronger game than me, but I won't say anything more than that because I don't want to go against her. People know her game better than they know her. And I think people on the jury might not be happy with me, so.
Sarah, you're the only one with a decision here. Lizzie can only vote for Melody. Melody can only vote for Lizzie. Your vote is the only one that matters. Anything else you need to hear before you go up to vote?
No, I mean, it's just not a decision that I would like to make, but yeah, thank you both, really. Honestly, you've played so well, so hard. You're both really, really smart, really strong players.
All right, with that, it's time to vote. Sarah, you're up.
You're my number one. Right back.
Okay. I can't believe I'm here.
All right, I'll read the vote. The 12th person voted out and the 7th and final member of our jury, Melody. Melody, tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
I'm really fucking proud of myself for making it to final 3. Like, hearing everyone like clap for me as I left, like I've never felt like so tearful. I've done so many things that sometimes I think I'm capable of stuff, and then I feel like this weekend I like fully I don't need to prove anything to myself again and again, but I feel like this is the most relaxed and like happy that I've ever played a game, and I've never been able to like take joy from playing Survivor and meeting people. I'm always like too in my own head, so to be able to do that, I'm so grateful for this experience. Really, like, thank you guys so much. Really glad you like took the chance.
Lizzie, Sarah, congratulations. You're our final 2. We're gonna send you back to camp for a little bit to collect your thoughts and reflect on the experience, and then we'll bring you back for final tribal council, where you'll plead your case to the jury and see who wins this thing. Grab your stuff and head back to camp. We'll see you shortly. Good luck.
This is the part that I got all the way to the final tribal last time and completely shit the bed. So this is the part that I thought about, because when I got to it last time, I didn't even really understand how this part of the game worked. I was just more like, yeah, that was so fun. These guys did great, didn't they? Yeah, and I answered questions poorly. Don't be afraid to sell it yourself. Make a case for how well you played this game, because you did.
Thank you.
Okay, make a case for yourself. Throughout the entire game, Dylan has asked me a few times, are you playing the game differently this time than you did the first time? And I have honestly answered no, up until this point, because I really just played about the same as I would have the first time around. It was during the final, like, sell yourself to the jury last time where I totally threw myself under the bus. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even really understand that part of the game. So now is when I get to say, I'm definitely gonna play the game differently. I hope that I'm able to answer the jury's questions with complete honesty, straightforwardness, and with respect to their games. I hope that I'm able to sort of explain to them why I think I can make a good case for winning.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing I learned too is that a lot of them might be thinking things that we have no idea we don't know what they know, what their opinions are already, what they're hearing from the other people. Yeah. You just have no idea. So
I know.
At the core of it, like, I really tried to just be as authentic as possible and like make those genuine relationships. I can't even believe that Sarah brought me to the final 2. I was so thrilled to like pick her to be on that merge tribe. I know, and just in that moment there, I just felt something and I was like, I'm your Drew. Yeah. I'm your Drew. Yes. I'm your Drew. Yes, you are my Drew. Even when we weren't voting together, we were still filling each other in like the entire time. It just like came full circle, I guess. I can't even guess how the votes are gonna fall. I was on the right side of the vote for all of them except Daltrey, and I am okay with being on the wrong side of that vote. I'm worried about the guys on the jury. I know that they didn't love the fact that we were kind of getting them all out, and I don't know if they're more sympathetic to Sarah because she did stick with some of them. I think that I have like a very solid shot, which is blowing my mind, and it is not something that I was even equipped to begin thinking about, and I am just like elated.
Lizzie, Sarah, congratulations. You made it as far as you can go in this game. Now the power shifts to the jury, 7 players who you had a hand directly or indirectly in voting out. Each of them is given an opportunity to come here and ask you a question to help them make their decision for who they think deserves the title of Sole Survivor and the $250 grand prize. One at a time, we're going to bring the jury down to ask you a couple of questions. James, you're up first.
All right, it's been a bit, but congratulations to the both of you. My only question is, we had a lot of swaps this season, so I want to know what is one thing you gained from the swaps? So Lizzie can go first.
Yeah, I think something that I did really well was being able to reach across different tribes. So immediately with the first swap, I connected with Sarah, I connected with Emma. Those were two really strong connections I had. So that's really what I gained the most, was just being able to get to know most of the people.
That's Sarah.
No, I feel the same. I think with all of the swaps, I was able to connect to Lizzie pretty soon in the game, and I think that was really helpful for both of us. I also was able to maintain connections I made from the very first, you know, like with Dan. I think it helped that we were able to meet more people. It felt really disorienting, but I think when your skill set is relational, it can work.
All right, thank you and good luck to both of you.
Thanks, James. Tony, you're up.
Hi guys, congrats. Ton of fun playing with both of you. You both talked about how you made genuine connections. That was a big part of your game, so I want to talk a little about that. I also said when I got voted out, I'm voting for whoever had more fun, so we're gonna test it. I had a lot of fun. Like, the reason I play these is to get to know people. That's a lot of fun for me. So we're gonna test how well you got to know everybody. So we're gonna go down the line of jurors. Just give me a quick personal tidbit about each person, like one sentence really quick. Lizzie, tell me something about James.
Okay, he's fun employed right now.
Sarah, tell me something else about James.
James, I got to know you the least. You just, honestly, we didn't have a lot of time to chat, but you seem like really sweet. You seem like someone who really knows the game and is excited to play.
Sarah, tell me something about me.
Tony, that shirt you decided to wear it, even though you wore it on the first season, and you asked Dylan if you should wear it, and he said yes, and that it's an amazing shirt on you. Also, your cousin is a sweetie who lives in San Diego.
Lizzie, tell me something about me.
It was your birthday yesterday, and you were trying to keep it a secret, but that didn't work out.
All right, Lizzie, tell me something about Josh.
He has a teeny tiny dog, and he's from New York, born and raised.
Sarah, tell me something else.
Josh is considering maybe becoming a social worker, which is really cool, and I would love to chat with you more about that. If you're serious about wanting to ask about that, I'm here. Yeah.
Sarah Daltrey.
Daltrey's a clinical social worker who works in the Berkshires in a residential program. We talked a lot about that.
Lizzie Daltrey.
I got to hear about how you really like working with patients and being in person for them, and just the setup of your office and how like you really give them agency, and that you're an awesome mom.
Lizzie Caroline.
Caroline graduated from a place in California, and she came all the way back over here, which is really nice.
All right, Sarah.
Yeah, Caroline studied film and film marketing and made some really cool commercials, won a commercial contest. And your necklace is like the location of where your college was. It's really pretty nice.
And Sarah, back to you for Dan.
Dan, you're a teacher. You're a Red Sox fan. I can tell you're a really good friend. And I can tell you're a huge fan of the game.
And Lizzie.
Your friend Eric, you think would make a really awesome partner in The Amazing Race, and I really hope that you can do that.
And then Lizzie, Melody.
Melody is awesome, and she does marketing for TJX, and she's very funny and knows all the social media things.
And Sarah, finish it off.
Melody's from Peachtree City, Georgia, and I lived really close to that town for an important chunk of my life, and she's also a huge Swiftie, which I love.
I would make you guys do Dylan if the sun wasn't setting, but that's all we got for now. So thank you guys. Congrats again. You both played amazing. Whoever wins, you guys killed it. So you should be proud of yourselves.
Thanks, Tony. Josh, you're up.
Congrats to both of you. I think it's extremely impressive, Sarah, that you're here again. That's one thing that I think is extremely impressive about you. And Lizzie, I think it's extremely impressive that you haven't had one vote cast against you this whole game. My question for both of you is, what is the biggest vote that you drove, and how did it get you to here?
Mine is without question the Daltrey vote. So what happened, which you might have heard from Caroline, raise your respect to the move, had this idea. She came to Dan and I to vote out Daltrey, and that was the vote where I had an extra vote that I had to play. It was my last chance to use it. The tides were turning towards Dan and Daltrey, and at that point I knew who was voting where, and I knew that I had the deciding vote. And in the end I ended up going with voting Daltrey out because I knew where Dan's head was at I felt like I knew where he was headed, and Daltrey I wasn't quite sure, and Daltrey had voted me out already, and I wasn't quite sure where we were. I wanted to be able to like work with you again, but I didn't feel as solid with where you were and what direction you were going as I did with Dan. I knew where Dan was the whole time, and so I really tried to put a lot of like coins in the trust bank with that, as hard as it was to vote out.
Probably if I had to pick a single vote, the Caroline vote, which was very hard. I know you would have like swept it if you stayed in the game. So especially after the Daltrey vote, like that is a direction I really felt like I had to go in, even though it's not what I had in any sort of plan. But then just in general, just kind of the idea to start getting the men out, I think I was like instrumental in that.
Can you explain that a little bit more, like in terms of how you drove that?
I can in no way say that it was just me, because it was a group effort. But I think I was one of the forces in saying like, we have to continue doing this, even though like I did not want to break from the Mira numbers. I knew that we had to start getting guys out. So that started with James, and it just continued.
Caroline, you're up.
Nice. All right, hey guys, congrats. Congrats to both of you, great job. Okay, I want to like pose something out there, and then you can contradict me, let me know like if I'm wrong, any of my perceptions here. But Sarah, I'll start with you. My perception of you is I feel that you played a self-preservation game and were, you know, having to like squeak by on things. I just want to hear if you agree or disagree with that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I think it was more than just that. There were certainly moments, I think, where all of us were thinking about self-preservation. I think it's a huge part of the game. But I also found an idol early on in the game, hid it in my backpack, had to contend with like, when do I play this? Who do I tell? Who do I not tell? And I ended up playing it during a vote when I wouldn't have been voted out in the end, but I think it was a really good time ultimately for me to play that because I was able to then play the game the way I play it best, which is being really open and honest. And it was also, I played it on a vote where the votes were going towards me. And so I think that was a really cool move. I also did well in a lot of the immunity challenges. You know, I helped win a team one with balance, and then I won an extra advantage with that. And I won 2 individual immunity challenges. So I definitely have a lot of fight, and I want to play the game hard. I'm all in. Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
And Lizzie, I sort of, my perception of you is that you were a little bit hesitant or afraid to take bigger swings and make moves. Let me know if that's wrong or if that was your plan, you know, why.
I knew that coming into this game, I would be overthinking everything, and I knew that I couldn't put that all out there. So a lot of the time in like conversations, especially like strategizing, I was really holding myself back a little, which could be seen as a detriment, but it got me here. And I genuinely think it's because I built so many good relationships that way. No one ever cast a vote for me. I'd received no votes this entire time. So I kept myself under the radar. I won the biggest individual immunity challenge when it really mattered. I stayed on the right side of the votes for the vast majority of the time. I stuck with the relationships that I knew and I trusted and the people that I felt strongly with. And up until the end, I just continued doing what I was doing because it was working and I wasn't going to change it.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you both. Good luck.
All right, Dan, you're up.
Hi, you two. I'm really proud of both of you. Sarah, you made it to Final Tribal Council 2 seasons in a row, right? Amazing. Yeah. Lizzie, 0 votes cast against you. That is a feat. That's incredible. I was going to ask a question about, you know, show me your best moves. Like, what do you think separates you two? But I feel like that's already kind of happened. So we're gonna do the Tony Classic from season 1. So I want both of you to close your eyes, all right? And I want you to raise your hand if you think at this point in Final Tribal, whose vote you have. It's cruel, I'm sorry, but it's fun.
Okay.
All right. James.
Tony, Josh, Daltrey, Caroline, Dan, Melody. All right, let's have some fun. You two killed it. I'm proud of you.
Lizzie, I love you. Have no questions for you. Sarah, I have 2 questions for you. First, I think your biggest mistake was not tying the vote at Final 4 and like not sending Dan to fire making. Do you have a response to that? Do you feel like that was a mistake, or do you think you made the right move?
What is fire making?
Final 4, the tie. Like, you could have sent me and Dan to a challenge, and if I had lost, I would have gone, and Dan would have been in the final 3 with you.
I honestly didn't consider it.
Okay.
I felt like I've kind of just played that vote the way I played all the other votes, which is to try and get the pulse on everybody and join or encourage people to go a way that I thought. Yeah, I didn't consider it.
Also, I want to hear in your words why you voted me and not Lizzie, but I don't want you to be like, Melody, you were so great. Like, speak in specific strategic terms.
I voted to keep Lizzie in the end because from the moment that Lizzie chose me in the first swap, I just felt a connection with Lizzie that maintained through the entire thing, and I didn't have the same opportunity with you. That it wasn't that I didn't feel a connection with you, because I absolutely did. But there was just something that that's kind of an indescribable, like a wavelength that I just felt from that moment, and it prevailed.
Last thing I want to say is I feel like Lizzie had that with a lot of people. I'm done.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, jury, final 2. That was fantastic. That was the best final tribal council I think we've had in any of these seasons. So really nice work across the board. We're gonna send you up very quickly to start casting votes. James, you're up first.
Love you so much. I'm so honored that I get to cast a vote for you to win this game.
All right, Lizzie, Sarah, congratulations. There are 7 votes in here for a winner. You need 4 to win. I'll read the votes. Lizzie. Lizzie. It's 2 votes, Lizzie. Lizzie. 3 votes, Lizzie. Winner of Survivor Millennium Part 3
Lizzie played an incredible game. I cannot believe that for the 2nd time in a row I made it all the way to the final tribal council presenting my case for the jury, and I again got 0 votes. I think that is so funny, but I'm so happy that I played. It was a great time.
7-0.
I feel like I'm like a walking zombie right now. I'm not processing this at all. I have an 1.5-hour drive back to Providence that I'm about to do at 9 p.m. So I'm just gonna hop in the car and probably call my girlfriend and just cry about it. Thank you, America.
Congratulations. I wish I read my vote because I said love you on the note.
Well, in a unanimous vote, Lizzie played a perfect game, an incredible season of Survivor Millennium Park. Thank you to the viewers, thank you to the players, biggest thanks of all to the crew who made it all happen. Thank you so much for watching.